Testing, testing. What's up, YouTube? Appreciate you tuning in. Welcome to KO Bets, the show where we discuss upcoming betting strategies for UFC events. My name is Bill. I'm looking at my replay on the screen. My name is Bill. I'm here to provide you with some entertainment and help make you a little bit of money, hopefully. We're going to be discussing UFC Fight Night, UFC Charlotte, Rozenstruik versus Almeida tomorrow, I believe. So it starts at noon Central Time. The main card starts at 2 p.m. Central Time. We'll do trending topics. We'll recap last week. We're going to hang out for about an hour, so let's say 8:45 we'll be off. Before we get started, please like the stream, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate your support tremendously. We've got an NFT update to give. We're currently at 64 subscribers. Upon hitting 100 subscribers, we're going to do an NFT giveaway. We got to go over last week. Honestly, the last couple of cards haven't been good. Hasn't been my A game. Let's see. So really liked Ribeiro, and he had a victory, so that's good. I took Phil Hawes, thinking he would. I did not expect him to get knocked out like that, so that was kind of crazy. I took the gamble on Braxton Smith, did not pay off in the slightest. He got gassed so early, and then Parker Porter put him away. But the first round prop hit. Jandaroba took her. That was a nice win. Chaos Williams with the decision. Split decision. I mean, Rolando arguably won that, but I thought Chaos Williams had it, to be honest. But Kennedy Njokuani with the submission victory, we got that. I took Drew Dober, Matt Frevola with the knockout victory. Good job to the steamroller, Matt Frevola. Charles Jourdain looked really good against Kron Gracie. Kron Gracie was durable, but didn't have anything for him. Mavzar looked tremendous. Diego Lopez, though, really tough fighter. And then this is where it got bad. Had Jessica Andrade. Went with Gilbert Burns, who gets hurt in round one. And then I also had Henry Cejudo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's only 6 and 5 last week. The week before was worse, if you can believe that. But I'm feeling a little bit better about this upcoming week. Just, you know, I think it was like, Adesanya, Allen, this Pavlovich versus Blades card. We got up like 15 units, and then it's just been rough the past couple weeks. It's been really rough. But I feel good about this card. We're not gonna get cute with it. You know what I mean? We're looking at the facts. We're not picking with our heart. First fight of the night is Jessica Rose Clark taking on Tainara Lisboa. Jessica Rose Clark, she's coming off of 2 losses. And Tanya? It's probably Tanya. That makes sense. Why am I... Oh, no. Tainara. It's Tainara. For some reason I have Taina written on my sheet, but Tainara making her UFC debut. She is 5-2. All 5 of her wins have come inside the distance. She's got decent striking, Muay Thai background. She's a good grappler. Looking at Jessica Rose Clark, she's lost her last 2 fights via armbar. Initially, I was liking Lisboa, but then, I mean, Lisboa hasn't fought anyone. Like, she's not beat anyone. And I think Jessica Rose Clark and her experience is going to take this one. I just think she's, you don't do MMA math, but just don't get armbarred. I think she's going to be better on the feet. She could be better everywhere, but I'm going to roll with Jessica Rose Clark. Not going to bet on this, but Jessica Rose Clark is the underdog at plus 100. I'd say this one goes the distance. Odds makers are going to agree at minus 165. I do not really trust Jessica Rose Clark to not get armbarred again, and I think Tainara's wins, she might. I know she's got. So it might be 3 knockouts. It must be 3 knockouts and 2 submission wins, but. Yeah, give me Jessica Rose Clark, probably a decision. Rose Clark for the decision is plus 180. Could be a really close fight, though. I don't know. Maybe that's a little sneaky, but I don't really think Tainara is going to have a good showing in this debut. Brian Battle taking on Gabe Green. We've got Brian Battle coming on a 1-fight losing streak. Gabriel Green, he's on a 1-fight losing streak as well. He just lost to Ian Gary. He's 2-2 in the UFC. Brian Battle, he looked nice in his first 2 fights. Beat Tresean Gore, then scores a knockout in the first round. And then his last fight was just a doozy. It wasn't good. And he's taking on Gabe Green, who, this is going to be a close fight, but I'm rolling with Gabe Green just to maybe get a takedown or 2 throughout this fight. I kind of am feeling the decision for this one. See the odds. Gabe Green is the slight favorite at minus 135. Odds makers do like this to go to decision at minus 150. And I'd have to say, yeah, I like the Gabe Green decision at plus 200, but better, I think I like yes or like over 2.5. By the way, I do post, and I'm going to hover my mouse over it, all my picks for free. It's at the bottom left hand side of the screen there. I post all my picks for free on Twitter there. So I'll do that tomorrow morning, my official bets. The next fight we've got is Ji Young Kim taking on Mandy Bum. This could be just like an awful fight. I don't really know what to expect. I haven't been impressed with Mandy. I can't stand watching Yi Young Kim fight. I mean, I just think this is going to be a really bad fight. I think Yi Young Kim wins it because of her output. I mean, she's throwing a lot of... She throws so much crap out there, and she whiffs on most of it. She's not punching anything, and it's bad. Like, she's not punching anything. So she's on a 4-fight losing streak. Mandy's 0-2 in the UFC. I don't really know what to think. Kim's been in 3 split decision fights thus far in the UFC. She's 2-1 in those. I have no freaking idea for this one. I'm going with Yi Young Kim, who is the favorite. I mean, she should just win on volume, I think is the shared sentiment here, but odds makers like it to go to the distance. I think that's, like, I don't think I'm laying -3. I don't think I'm putting money on either one of these fighters. Yeah, I don't like any of these lines, but I'm gonna take Yi Young Kim to win this fight. Probably a decision, but yeah, screw that fight. It's just not gonna be pretty. Oh, we should check the plus 350 for split or majority decision. Honestly, I kind of like that, but it's only plus 350. And it is so rare. Like, sometimes it's more often, but I'd be curious what the average is. Maybe it's like 1 fight per card. We're getting that. Alright, I cracked my drink. I said in my head, I didn't share this with everyone, but now I'm going to share it, so I'm held accountable. I'm not going to reveal the drink until the main card. I should get through the prelims, you know? Don't need to get sloppy on here. Cody Stamann taking on Douglas Silva de Andrade. This one's going to be a close fight. Cody Stamann's on a 2-fight win streak. Douglas Silva de Andrade on a 1-fight losing streak. I mean, they both have really impressive resumes. They both fought against some elite talent in this division. I think Cody Stamann has the volume advantage, maybe the wrestling advantage, and then Douglas Silva is probably going to have a power advantage, maybe be more dangerous as far as a submission threat, but I don't really think that's in play for this fight. I got to roll with Cody Stamann on this fight. And I was back and forth on it, but I got to roll with Cody Stamann just to get some takedowns at some point in this fight. He's going to have the better volume. Looking at his losses, 0 knockout losses, so I feel like he's not going to get knocked out, and therefore, like a decision, I just favor him in that type of fight, a 15-minute fight. So I'm gonna roll with Cody Stamann because of the wrestling, because of the volume. That's Stamann is the slight favorite. We mentioned at -155. If it's going to a decision, then Stamann by decision is +100. I'd rather just do the money line at that point. And yeah, odds makers do too. They favor Cody Stamann. So I think if you think this is going the distance, I think Stamann's going to have the volume, the takedowns, a little more support on his end. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's a close fight. Maybe we get the split or majority decision at +450 there. I don't know, to be honest. That's a close fight. This fight's, I think aesthetically, Stamann against Douglas Silva is going to be better than Kim against Bum, but yeah, both are close fights. Carl Williams taking on Chase Sherman. I mean, Carl Williams has just been impressive as far as like his wrestling ability at heavyweight. I think this is going to be a really good fight for him, easy fight. He's 1-0 in the UFC. He was on Dana White's Contender Series. He's just a super persistent grappler, mauler, big favorite against Chase Sherman. It's a really advantageous matchup, I think, for him. Chase Sherman's, I mean, if he didn't have the win over Vandera, I think he'd be gone. You know, and I think Vandera would be here. The heavyweight division is so, you know, just shallow as far as it's not a deep roster. It seems really top heavy too from a skill perspective. I think Carl Williams has a lot of good tools to get, you know, initially far in the heavyweight division, just with the grappling ability. So the takedown defense of Chase Sherman isn't good. And then once he's on the ground, he's screwed. He's screwed. So I think Carl Williams probably gets his first finish in the UFC in this fight. He is the heavy favorite at -410. I'm going to say he does knockout, like ground and pound is how he finishes it. I mean, the sub prop is kind of interesting. I don't know if I'm going to... I don't know which one of those I'd be interested in taking. I mean, I guess I'd say, like, I think if Williams gets this down in the first round, like, he could put Chase Sherman in a bad spot early. And I think he will get it to the ground in the first round. So maybe round one at +250 there for Williams. And then if it's a knockout, it's only 15. Okay. But yeah, gotta like Carl Williams in that fight, in that spot. Then we've got the last fight of the prelims. Matt Brown taking on Court McGee. Matt Brown's on a one-fight losing streak. Lost to Brian Barberena. And then Court McGee's also on a one-fight losing streak. I mean, we've got a couple of veterans here. I think if the fight's on the feet, it probably plays in Matt Brown's favor. And I think Court McGee, in order to win this, should just wrestle, use his cardio, get Matt Brown tired. I think if he does that, I think Court McGee wins. So I'm going to roll with Court McGee on the money line. He is the favorite at -225. No. Oops. Does this go the distance? Gosh. Odds makers say yes. I kind of agree. -135. I kind of agree. So I'm going to go with yes as well. I think Court McGee wrestles his way to a decision. Decision's at +110 there, but I think he definitely needs to grapple in that one. So I don't know if I'm going to have any money on that money line prediction tomorrow. We'll see. Tim Means. Ooh. So I'm drinking a lemon seltzer. Tastes more like a lemonade than a seltzer. Next fight we've got is Tim Means taking on Alex Morono. This is another one I'm kind of back and forth on. I kind of like Tim Means in this spot, and then like, you just understand he's old and he's been getting hurt a little bit lately. I think with a couple knockout losses recently. Maybe not that recent, actually. Well, he definitely was getting wobbled against Daniel Rodriguez, got knocked out by Nico Price. I mean, it's not as bad as I thought, but I think Morono just has a power advantage heading into this fight, and I think if he connects with Tim Means, he's able to hurt Tim Means and probably put him away. So I'm going to roll with Alex Morono here on the money line. I might even sprinkle a little bit on Tim Means tomorrow, but in the spirit of just being right with the prediction of the winner, I think Alex Morono knockout is probably going to be the outcome, plus 300 there. I think if it does go to a decision, like, it probably could be really close. And so what is the decision only for that? We should check that out. Plus 210. Interesting. So, I mean, if it goes to a decision, I think it's going to be pretty close. But I'm going to roll with Alex Morono. The next fight we've got is Ior Potieria taking on Carlos Ulberg. Everyone was so, and I have this pulled up and ready, everyone was so pissed at him for doing this celebration after club and subbing Rua. Look at this dance. It's so dumb.
And that indeed does it. Ihor Potieria produces his first UFC win. Bittersweet.
Show me that again.
Does it. Ihor Potieria produces his first UFC win. Bittersweet moment, of course, here in Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, Twitter went nuts. Really happy he's fighting Carlos Ulberg because Ulberg's probably going to knock him out. I think Ulberg is just substantially more dangerous on the feet than Ior. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Ior gets this fight to the mat. I think it's fought on the feet, and I think for that reason Ior gets knocked out by Carlos Ulberg. Ulberg is the favorite at minus 410. Odds makers do not like this to go the distance. They probably like the Ulberg knockout minus 190. Ulberg round 1 plus 130. Yeah. Ulberg all the way. The next fight, there's a lot of good fights on here. I think there's a couple of spots I really, really like from like a money line perspective. Carl Williams, Ulberg. But then we might be prop heavy tomorrow. Next fight is Daniel Rodriguez taking on Ian Machado Gary. I mean, this should be a outstanding fight. We've got Gary, who's a great striker, Rodriguez, who's a great striker. Rodriguez is on a 1-fight losing streak. He's 4-1 though in his last 5. Ian Gary's 4-0 in the UFC. I think this is just going to be a really good, entertaining, striking affair. You know, looking at both fighters, I think they're both going to get caught at some point, so it'll be interesting to see how each of them hold up from a durability perspective. But I think Gary is super talented. I think this is a fight against a really tough opponent who he probably respects, and yeah, he's just he carries that chin up high, his head low. He got dropped his last fight, so it's just like he's got to be careful in there for sure. He's got to see everything coming his direction, and I mean, I like Gary in this spot though. Gary is the favorite at -300. I don't really care for that. Odds makers like it to go the distance. I kind of like just like someone to knock someone out, to be honest. KO's +140, no +100. Ian Gary KO +215. Rodriguez KO +700. Wow. I mean, Ian Gary got dropped his last fight. And this is a big step up in competition for sure for Ian Gary from a striking perspective. Anthony Smith is taking on Johnny Walker in the co-main event. Anthony Smith is coming off of a loss, 1-fight losing streak. Johnny Walker's on a 2-fight winning streak. Johnny Walker's a massive human being. I remember when he broke into the UFC, it was like, holy shit, this guy could beat John Jones. That's what I thought. And then he just started to get knocked out pretty frequently. He's a crazy explosive athlete, and in a lot of ways he's what Anthony Smith isn't, and Anthony Smith is what Johnny Walker isn't. I don't think Anthony Smith's necessarily the most durable either, but I think his stylistically, he could maybe make this a tough night for Walker, but I just think Walker is so massive at 205 that I don't think Anthony Smith's getting takedowns, and the longer this stays on the feet, the more of a chance Johnny Walker is going to have to connect with Anthony Smith, and I think Walker probably gets a KO at some point. He finds it. He might be losing rounds though. I mean, I think on paper I like the volume of Anthony Smith. It's not really there, but I think I like the volume of Smith probably a little bit better. And then I think the longer the fight goes, it plays more into the hands of Smith, but it's a pick-em. Oh, and I forgot I did the poll on this, and the audience agrees. Johnny Walker. And I just think the KO is very live for both fighters. Yeah, no -500. Walker KO +140. I think even +240 round one. Like I think if Walker wins, it's early. So maybe there's a live bet opportunity too on Anthony Smith if he's hurt, but he's not put away. I don't know. Well, I think if Walker connects with him, he'll probably hurt Anthony Smith. He's got pretty crazy power. And then we've got the main event. Speaking of power, we've got Rozenstruik taking on Jailton Almeida. Jairzinho is on a 1-fight win streak, just beat Chris Daukaus. Jailton Almeida, he's 4-0 in the UFC. He's 18-2 professionally. All 18 of his wins have come inside the distance. I mean, inclined to believe Rozenstruik has an extremely high finish rate too. Yeah, 12 out of his 13 wins are knockouts. The dude's got crazy power. But I think the big differentiator, because both of these guys are going to be powerful, is going to be the athleticism and wrestling of Jailton Almeida. I think the grappling is impressive. So I think he's going to get a takedown early, get into an advantageous position, and probably put away Jairzinho in round 1. I'm kind of feeling the submission. He's a heavy favorite. Minus 490. He's the biggest favorite on the card at minus 490. And he has been impressive. And we're just not going to see anyone without wrestling beat him, I don't think. And yeah, the submission's at minus 115. What are you going to do? I like under 1.5, I guess. I don't know, guys. It's kind of a crazy line, but I'm going to go with Almeida submission, under 1.5. Almeida round 1 submission is plus 150. Yeah, it's just kind of a crazy fight. Let's do Twitter trending topics. Oh, let's first check out the basketball score. The Heat are up 3-2 in the series. They're up 3 points. 4 points in the third. Gosh, I took the under in this. And the Miami Heat. I think that's going to pay off. It was like under... I don't know, actually, no. Now that I'm looking at it. Under 206 and a half, I think. And I'm speaking it out loud. Let's knock on wood. I'm just trying to get a little bit of a bankroll to spend tomorrow. So I did like a $10 bet parlaying that to win like 40. And then I think I did I did the underdog Golden State and the over in this game, the second game of the night. I think Golden State pushes it to a game 7. And it goes over. And is Anthony Smith... Why did I call him Anthony Smith? Anthony Davis playing? It's probably a game time decision. He's probable. NBA players gotta stop getting wheelchaired off the court just to play in the next game. Anyways, why is Kyrie trending? Who's Hendricks? I don't know where Kyrie's gonna end up. It'd be crazy if he ended up in Phoenix, because I'm hearing like Chris Paul might go to the Lakers, is what the rumor is already. Like that's the favorite to win. Goku Black. Oh, it's for Fortnite. That's dope. I used to love Dragon Ball Z. I used to freaking love that. Stephen Miller is looking to represent white people who are victims of racial discrimination.
Call us at 1-877-AF. If you or a loved one were denied a job, raise, promotion, or professional opportunity as a result of diversity quotas, equity mandates, affirmative action, or other racial preferences, we want to hear from you. Please call us at 1-877-AFL-5454 or go to AF Legal.
Interesting. I don't know if they're legal. I think they're important DEI initiatives. I don't know if they're legal though. So I think it's interesting from that perspective, but I think it's in maybe poor spirit, you know. Usman and Hamzat are fighting? Hell yeah. That's awesome. Tag titles. Bare knuckle boxing's on tonight. Oh, that's something else. Let's see. Andrew Wiggins is trending. What's up with Wiggs? I guess I didn't even check on the Golden State side what that looked like. So Wiggins is available. Okay, Truth Social is trending. I might get Truth Social just to tune in to see what Trump's talking about. You know, I hope he comes back to Twitter because I like Twitter. Oh, which, by the way, Elon found a new CEO. Why is Black Adam trending? This movie was awful.
That I am the head of the table, the tribal chief, the boss. I own it all, I run it all, I feed everyone. You tell them. Tell the whole world now. Not today. Not today. Over here, that's...
Oh, because he's going back to work with Vin Diesel. Supposedly, there was some tension between the two on set of Fast and Furious. You know what? It's kind of Vin Diesel's franchise, and The Rock he's got to deal with that. But all right, let's see what else is going on. Oh, that was for me, just. Citadel's trending. Yeah, well, Citadel might have a little bit too much market share. I wanted to share one other thing. But there's one other thing I wanted to share. I think we've probably... Here, let me just move it back here. Well, Trump had his town hall this week. That was pretty funny. CNN did not like that. Let's see. Okay. Maybe I retweeted it? I did not. Oh, here we go.
Received over 10 million. Received over 10 million. The bank records show the Biden family, their associates, and their companies received over $10 million from foreign nationals. And the bank records show the Biden family, their associates, and their companies received over $10 million from foreign nationals and their companies. Some of that money came from a Chinese company and went to Hunter Biden's company. Other transfers occurred with the help of Rob Walker, who then sent it on to different Biden family members. This is not how lawful businesses operate. Chinese nationals affiliated with the Bidens created limited liability companies in the United States, and then in a short period of time transferred their interest to a Chinese company that sent money to the Bidens.
I really like this guy.
It's that the Biden family doesn't really have a business. There's one thing everybody in this room and the American people definitely know, is that the Biden family doesn't really have a business. There is no business structure around this family, except politics. And since Joe Biden has spent decades in the Senate, served 8 years as vice president, and is now president of the United States, and the family's getting money from various countries and foreign businesses through various shell companies and this web of LLCs. I mean, guys, you in the press, this is easy pickings. I'm giving you Pulitzer stuff here. There's one thing everybody...
For real. Pulitzer stuff. And I hope Byron Donalds, I hope he wins Florida's next election. DeSantis, he's not I shouldn't turn this into a political stream, but DeSantis isn't, I don't think he can run again, so I hope that cat wins it. He seems honestly, I hadn't heard him until he hopped on CNN and talked about Trump's town hall this week, and then when he was part of this committee, and I hadn't really heard of him before, but I really like him. So I think that's going to conclude the show. We ended a little bit early, but not too bad. Shorter show tonight. Like I said, my Twitter's right here. I'll post my official UFC bets tomorrow up there. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Again, if you don't mind, please like the stream, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support tremendously. Have a safe weekend, everyone. I'll check in with you.